let's talk about how speed training translates from the off season to in season. You see a lot of coaches, or you see some coaches post their numbers. You see this player ran 20 plus miles per hour, things like that. Well, how does that make this player better as they get ready to go into their season? So you have to think about a couple of things in this regard. And this is what we work on a lot at Legend of Athletics when we start getting into that late phase or late stage all season work. This is why we get more on the field and start feeling ourselves, feeling our patterns through our route running, through patterns that we're going to have to produce on the field, things of that nature, because we're not going to be able to do that at 100 miles per hour. And so this is what I always tell parents, and I tell athletes the same thing alike, is you got to think about your speed as a car. You have your brake system. You also have your gas pedal, which helps you accelerate. It helps you to also maintain speed. You got your cruise control, things like that. And so when you come to speed training, whenever kids and athletes get faster, the first thing you see them do or they want to do is run 100 miles per hour everywhere. And that's great, but we are only able to repeat that bout so many times in a day, and as well as we're only able to control that so much. So it's like, think about your car and the maximum miles per hour that you have on the dash. And then you got to think about, could I turn it to a tight turn or just a basic turn in general at that miles per hour if there was no stop sign or no yield or anything like that. And so that's the way you had to go about training your athletes. How is this athlete able to manipulate their speed? One thing that makes wide receivers great is the ability to manipulate their speed on a route. Can you start at 50%, pop up to 80%? Can you run it at 70%? And then once you break, go to 100%. Those are the separators on how you become great. And so when it comes to the speed side of things, knowing how to regulate your speed is just as important as running full speed. Running or running to your full speed, to your maximum capacity. And so once you figure those things out, then that's how you get that work that you did in the offseason to translate over. But those are things you have to work on and program into what you're doing so that it translates. You'll see a lot of kids that are real fast, but they can't cut well. You see a lot of kids that are real fast, and you can never tell because they always getting tackled in the backfield. I'm talking about if they got good blocking and things like that. And it's just a matter of knowing how to program into your training the necessary tools you're going to need and for what the sport demands, and then executing on those things that the sport demands in order to be a great athlete. If you like the content, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and as always, be legendary.